Hello. For my next in my continuing series of bad video reviews, I got one that I'd never even heard of, but it's really wacky. It's a lot of fun. It's stupid. The special effects are like something a kid did in like high school, but it's still actually very funny and very good, I think. It's so bad that it's good. That is 2014's Bikini Girls versus Dinosaurs, and I'm not making that title up. It stars principally Hannah Robson as Kara, Toria Pardoe as Tansy, and Sarai as Solara, who are the three Bikini Girls, is what they're called. And they're fighter pilots in the first sequence where they're fighting against the evil Block Empire. And they have these ships that look, sort of like B wings from Star Wars, but they're really bad, and they wear these like goofy helmets that look like kind of a leather version of tinfoil hats, sort of. And one of them, one's literally a cigar chomping lesbian. Never smokes a cigar, just chomps on it. That was funny. And kind of tough space marine types who are all obviously quite dumb. And the Bikini Girls are always defeating them in space battles that look like something out of Space Invaders. It's, really, really funny and interesting. And then they're called in by their their quote-unquote fabulous controllers, played by Waleed Khalid. Very funny, although is a bit of a gay stereotype, but not in a mean or negative way. And he's their kind of Charlie. They're his angels, as it were. They're supposed to go to a ceremony where they're going to be installed as the heirs to the Queen. The Queen is a woman named Voluptina, who is played by Caroline Vella. And she doesn't want them installed. She wants them gotten out of the way because she wants to be queen. She doesn't want to have any heirs, even though they're her nieces and she's their aunt. But she contracts with somebody to get rid of them. Basically, they sent it to a black hole. They wind up on Earth. Only one of them, Tansy, figures out that by the position of the Earth, I think that something's wrong. They've gone back in time. And they've gone back 65 million years to the late Cretaceous, and there's still dinosaurs and no people on the Earth. So they need your plutonium to power their spacecraft again so they can get out of there. And they just discover that there is some, but they're going to have to go get it. And in order to do that, they're going to have to fight dinosaurs, which these are very bad special effects. These dinosaurs look like something like you cut out of a comic book, and cut and pasted, and they're like walking around. Really, really funny. Some of them actually, the T-Rex is very good. That one was fully animated, and that was really good. And one of the others, I think, was like a Spinosaurus. They did a really good job on. Well, some of the others look pretty bad. Compsognathus, I think they're supposed to be, and they look kind of like cartoon chickens, and they're chasing these bikini girls, and they just like smack them. That's great. And then one of the girls, Solana, just like gives a judo chop to one of these Spinosaurus, and it just collapses, poof, drops dead. And they find the uranium, and they go home. They defeat Voluptina's evil plan. And one of them says, those big space rocks that kind of followed us into the black hole? He says, yeah. So, one of them's going to crash into the planet, and you see the Chicxulub asteroid crash into the Earth. The dinosaurs are looking up like, uh-oh, and then the whole thing explodes, and you see the atmosphere going dark and all that. They said, we didn't do that, did we? I said, no, not really. They just got to blow it off. And they go back and they defeat Voluptina's evil plan. They're like, well, who's going to be the queen now? And we don't really want to be the queen. We just want to be space fighter pilots. And they're actually going to have a party with one of these Block Empire guys who wants them to like chase them, and they said, well, we'll do it next week. And so they're like, who's going to be queen now? They said, well, why? They tell it to the fabulous director, why don't you do it? He goes, oh, don't be silly. And he said, oh, okay, I'll do it. It's just really campy and funny. And again, a fun watch, and you can see it on Tubi for free. Again, Bikini Girls versus Dinosaurs from 2014. Directed and written by Kenneth Barker.